It's February on AerHub Blvd. In the last few weeks of weather, it's kind of hard not to make some references to Phil Connors and Groundhogs Day. So I won't wax too poetic about the fact that it feels like we might never see the sun again. But it has peaked out a few times. Even through all the dreariness and cold weather of the last few weeks, work has continued. As you go around the building, you're going to see a lot has changed on both the interior and, to quote my daughter, the outerior of the building. On the outerior, the Groundhog Day question has been, will the roof ever be done? Well, we're almost there. One more bay needs to get panels on it, and the production bay will have the roof completed, and then they'll move to the outside of the building. So that'll be something that, at least for me, I'll be glad to not hear questions about when the roof will be finished. Inside the building, lots going on. As you go through the office space, the HVAC ducting is in place, wiring has been pulled, and all the interior walls have been framed. In fact, next week they're going to start on drywall in the offices. The glass for much of the office is in place. The side door that goes into the engineering space is in. All the glass along the engineering offices and some of the private offices are completed. And within the week, that'll be weather tight, and they'll start to put temporary heat into the office so the drywall work can commence. On the interior of the production spaces, work is continuing as well. Behind me, you can see the break area. It's framed up. They're working on the restrooms that are adjacent to the break area as well. The test cell has been framed. You can hear the cutting behind me. That's the studs being cut for the offices and the control room next to the test cell. Some of the siding is in place for the test cell as well. All the steel has been erected for the cranes. The temporary bracing is starting to come down because the permanent bracing is getting tightened up. As the roof wraps up, the steel crew will move to the siding of the building. They've been doing that work over the last few weeks as a fallback, as the weather was terrible and they weren't able to do work on the roof. But once the roof's wrapped up, they'll dedicate their time to the siding of the building, and we'll see the warehouse be totally enclosed. Over the next few weeks, the contractor is going to bring in heating. The heating will be done in the break room area because there's drywall in there, as well as the offices. They're not going to do temporary heating in the warehouse. Also in the warehouse, HVAC work has been started with ducting up above where the cranes will run near the ceiling. Additionally, in the production space, work has started on the fire suppression system. Tucked way up close to the ceiling, you'll see the black iron pipe that makes up the main feeder lines for the fire suppression system. Wintertime can be a little rough. As far as the outside goes, it's definitely a muddy, wet, soupy mess all around the building. That'll get regraded as springtime rolls around, but for now, watch out, that first step can be a real doozy. I know my most asked question is, when's Lucy going to be in the next video? Well, I was going to see if she saw her shadow today, but unfortunately Lucy's not on the job site. She had a little injury with one of her legs, and she's actually at the vet today. So hopefully in a few weeks, Lucy's knee's feeling a little better, and we'll get an update from her. But I can tell you for sure, I don't see my shadow today. So I think that means spring's right around the corner. Thanks for checking in on our updates. We'll see you next time.
Take care. Watch out for that first step. It's a doozy.